Nobody understands. You don't want to be social. Lack of confidence. You question your identity. Doctors use band-aids and they don't actually fix the problem. You become hyper-fixated on every little thing. Being honest with yourself is probably the hardest part in healing. There is no one diet or one lifestyle that fits all. When I am at the end of this, I am going to have so much to contribute to the world. Hello, welcome to today's video. It's a little bit different. I don't usually do this whole sit in front of a camera thing. My dog's sitting in front of the camera too, in case you were wondering. But we need to have a chat. I need to have a vulnerable conversation with y'all. And yeah, I'm not good at being vulnerable, but here we go, okay? Look at me all mic'd up and stuff. Who am I? I'm Ashton Mabe. Nice to meet you. I'm glad you're here. I've got my coffee for comfort, and if you can't tell, I'm a little bit uncomfortable, but here we go. So I've got myself my little journal here. So basically, this video is going to be my journal, okay? This is what is in my head, and you know, when we journal, we are very intimate with ourselves, and we say things that maybe we don't really want other people to know, but I think people need to know these things, okay? So I'm here to tell you 10 truths about chronic illness, at least from my experience. In case this is your first time here on my channel, I have been dealing with illness my whole life. But next month will mark a year of it being really, really bad. I have been in and out of the hospital. I have seen so many specialists, had so many tests done, and it's been a ride, and it's all GI related. I've had like heart tests done. It's been a lot, okay? But that's not what this video is about. This video is about the effects of chronic illness that you don't see and that maybe we don't talk about. Because if you are someone who is going through chronic illness, you can probably relate. Like, there's a lot on the inside that we don't talk about. So I'm here to let you know that you're not alone, and maybe you want to send this to someone you think needs to know these things and you don't really want to tell them about it, because I can relate to that too, babe. I can. Here are my truths and my experiences. I'm basically, you know what, I'm just gonna pretty much read. I feel so, like, this thing is so delicate. Like, I don't want to attach to my shirt. I hate when it's just like dangling here, you know? Anyway, you didn't ask. But I'm basically just going to read you what I wrote and add as I feel needed. So I've always really dealt with these issues, just not to this extent until October of 2023.
I am in so much pain. I literally have left work early. I've never done that in my life. It hurts so bad.
It is currently September of 2024, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think it would last this long. I really thought I'd be out of it by now. Aside from the physical issues, though, there's a lot more to it that people just don't understand, and it may not even cross their mind that it's the case. And unfortunately, the person suffering, aka me, we don't want to talk about it. Okay, we're already talking about all the physical issues and whatnot. We don't want to talk about the internal, emotional, spiritual crap, okay? It's not crap, but I refer to everything as crap. Nothing's crap, but crap. Another thing is like, even though I'm just going to say me, okay? I'm going to say me, I'm not going to say you, we, me. I find it difficult to even admit to myself or accept these things. And there are some things that I still don't feel comfortable putting on the internet. If you can relate to any of these things, I'm sure you can understand what I'm talking about. It's a lot, and people have a lot to say, and I don't have the capacity to put up with everybody else's opinions and whatnot. Even though there's gonna be opinions on everything. I know I'm gonna probably deal with some stuff in the comments, but you know what? I'm the type of person like, cool, thanks for watching my video, you know? Okay, anyway, I'm getting very off topic. So, number one, nobody understands. I feel so alone. No one, including doctors, even seem to understand. Even when somebody acts like they understand, you question, like, do they really? There's no way. They don't. I know they don't. They can't. Thanks for trying, but there's just no way that you do. It makes it very hard to talk about, and you feel like you're kind of crazy sometimes. I'm going to try to not go like too far into tangents with each of these, because I definitely could. I'm going to try to stick to what I wrote. Number two is you don't want to be social. You want to be social, but you don't want to be social. It's another reason you feel so alone. I feel so alone. Sorry, me. You want to go out and do things, but you feel like you shouldn't, you can't, it's stressful, it's overwhelming, it's just hard. It might be because you're tired. Maybe you're stressed about, I give up on saying me and I, sorry. But you might be stressed about what you're going to eat. Is there going to be anything you can eat? How are you going to react to what you eat? How are you going to react if there's a stressful situation? It might be because you just don't feel confident whatsoever. And all of these circumstances spark so much anxiety. Those words did not come out of my mouth. All of the circumstances spark so much anxiety. I don't know why I just had the hardest time saying that. But the unknown is stressful. It's stressful even not being sick, but when you are sick, it's amplified. I need some coffee. And once again, I feel like this is something that people just don't understand until they go through it. Stemming off of that is number 3, a lack of confidence. You just feel gross. You don't feel like yourself. In my case, dealing with GI issues, I don't feel like I'm in my body anymore. I am a bodybuilder, okay? I am not used to seeing myself this way, and knowing like my fullest potential in knowing that I am nowhere near that right now and coming off of such a high post-show after this happened, it's a horrible feeling. Like I don't want to look in the mirror. I don't want to look down. I don't want to wear flattering clothes because there's nothing flattering about me. And yeah, someone else might look at me and be like, oh, they're my body goals. But for me, like, I internally feel bloated. I am bloated. I have been bloated for a year now. A year. I don't know what I look like healthy anymore. I don't. And it sucks so bad. I just don't feel presentable. And I'm always wearing baggy clothes, which is also because tight clothes are just uncomfortable. Anything tight around my stomach hurts. Same thing with my chest. Like, I don't wear a bra a lot because I have a hiatal hernia and the bra like constricts right here, putting pressure on it, and it just hurts. And it's just like these little things, nobody understands. Sometimes I go to the store without a bra on because, like, as much as I hate to do that, I don't know, I was raised to wear a bra out in public, but like, it hurts me. It really does. And so when somebody sees me out in public, they're like, ew, but I'm in pain. I'm sorry. And that might be another reason why I don't want to go out in public and be social and expose myself to the world. And some other issues that I've dealt with is acne. Everything stems from your gut. And so having gut issues, it just kind of screws with everything. When all of this started, I started getting acne on my neck. I had never had acne on my neck before. It was so weird. It's not really as bad anymore. Weird little things like that. And I've lost so much muscle because I was couch ridden for months. I don't have the energy to lift anymore, and I definitely don't have the strength. For the past year, I have been working on hitting my step goal. That has been my main fitness goal for a year now, and I still try to lift every now and then, but nowhere like before. And I just pray that I can get my gains back because these little babies, they need some work. See, once again, you might not see what I see. I know you don't see what I see, but I see it. All right, number 4, you question your identity. I don't know who I am anymore. I don't know who I'm meant to be. I don't know what God has in store for me. But the path that I had lined up for myself before all this started is definitely never going to happen anymore. It's not. It might years and years from now, but it's definitely not going the way that I had planned. I had a whole plan that was going to set me up for my future, and it's literally impossible now due to all of this. Even down to the fact that, like, I've lost my sense of style. Like I said, I only wear baggy clothes now. Like, I don't feel like me anymore. I can't even wear the clothes that I like to wear. It sucks. On to number 5. It does not feel like the right time to do anything. There are so many things that I want to do, and I feel like I shouldn't right now because I'm not at my best, and I always want to be giving my best. So I've been putting things off. Like, I'll do this when I get better. But it's been a year now. I keep putting these things off, and you know what? What if I keep putting these things off and a year from now, I'm still in the same place and I still haven't done anything? Like, I am not making any progress. So I think I'm at the point where even though I know that I can't give my absolute best, I've still got to try my best and move forward, put one foot in front of the other. The other thing is I just feel like crap about myself because I haven't been doing anything during this time. I mean, I have, like, baby steps and doing what I can, but I just know that I'm not living up to my fullest potential. That's a crappy feeling because it's like a lose-lose situation. I either do something and am not able to give it my absolute best, even though it's the best I can give at the moment, or I don't do anything at all and wait to possibly, maybe, who knows, one day be able to give my best at that thing, but then it's later in life, and then, you could have started way back then, and, you know what I'm saying? I think you know what I'm saying. Number 6, I feel like I'm just taking up space. And that's a really crappy feeling. It's a very me issue. It's like, what good am I to the world right now? I feel like I'm not contributing anything to this earth. And I know that's not the truth, because just being alive, like I know my husband would tell me, like, just being alive is giving plenty. But I don't feel like that. I don't see it from the same perspective. But then when I look at it, if he were in my position and I were in his, I would say the same thing. Him just being alive, being a support system is plenty to me. I feel like I'm being annoying and I'm making the lives of the people around me worse. I know that's not the case. I feel like it's never going to end. It's exhausting. Once again, it sucks. But here's the thing. God has a plan, okay? And it sucks right now. And I feel like a waste of space right now. But this is him building me up for something so much bigger. And I am constantly reminded of that. I can feel it. Like, I know when I am at the end of this, I am going to have so much to contribute to the world. I already feel like I do now. Like, I have learned so much through all of this. And I am already helping other women feel better. Some people have the same problems as me and we're able to relate to one another, and I'm able to give them advice from like my experience and what I've learned. Even though I'm not fully out of this, I am slowly recovering and learning, and it's just at the beginning, I had no idea what was happening. So as I'm learning what is actually wrong with me, I'm slowly able to fix it. I feel like I just went on a little bit of a tangent, but moral of what I was trying to say is God has a plan. He's going to use me in this entire experience in unimaginable ways, and I am so excited to see where he takes me. Number 7, everybody seems worried about me all the time. And if you're not, cool. You don't need to be. I'm not your business. You worry about you. I'll worry about me. I don't want to stress you out. You shouldn't be stressed out about me. My health is probably not affecting you. While I appreciate the concern, it's a lot. It's overwhelming. I'm already dealing with all the other stress. Trying to come up with a response that I don't really have a response to for all of these people is exhausting and stressful. And a lot of times I literally leave people in my DMs for like a week just putting it off, because like I don't have the brain capacity to answer your questions, because I don't have answers. I don't have answers to my own questions. So maybe if I actually had an answer, it would be easier, but like I still don't have answers. And once I come out of this, I'll give you all the details. I promise, baby. But right now, just let me go to my doctor's appointments and take the little bit of nothings that they give me. Number 8, doctors use Band-Aids and they don't actually fix the problem, because that's what's taught in med school. You treat the symptoms and not the root cause. And this is why I'm a big advocate for functional and holistic medicine, because in my opinion, what they teach you in med school is not for chronic illness. It's more so for quick fixes and things like cancer. And, there's a place for each, okay? For my case, holistic and functional medicine is more the answer than traditional doctors. And in my experience, my doctors want to look at one symptom at a time, when in all reality, all the symptoms, if you look at all of them at one time, they are pointing to the root cause. But nobody wants to listen to all the symptoms at one time because it's overwhelming. Trust me, doctors, I know. Unfortunately, insurance doesn't cover functional and holistic medicine, so I'm having to take what the traditional medicine is giving me and weave that into my knowledge in functional and holistic medicine. And that brings me to number 9. It is expansive, it is time consuming, and it's stressful, if I haven't stated that already. And it's not just the actual illness that is stressful. It is the never-ending phone calls that redirect you or lead you to lines that don't exist, or the voice messages or or the mailbox is full, or they don't call you back, or you're on hold for 4 hours. That sucks. The amount of time I have held a freaking phone up to my ear over the last year has probably been enough to grow a child inside me. No, I'm kidding. That's that's a little much. But you know what I'm saying. I've been on the phone a lot. And people are just so rude on the phone. I'm sorry. I didn't choose your job for you. Please be kind to me. And let's just say I am very thankful for my insurance because the amount of radiology I have received in the past year, first of all, my eggs are probably fried. I'm not very happy about that, but we'll deal with that when the time comes. I've had 2 CT scans. I've had several EKGs. No, two EKGs. That's not radiology. Sorry, I forgot I was kind of talking about radiology. I've had at least 3 x-rays, at least. I've had so many tests done on me, blood work, stool tests. I know I did two stool tests. I did a breath test. I've done blood work. I'm sorry, I'm like looking everywhere trying to think. It's like maybe if I look over here, it'll tell me the answer, but that's not the case. I'm just trying to reflect. I've had a colonoscopy, an endoscopy. I've had 2 nasal endoscopies, an esophageal manometry. Yeah, that's just to name a few. I've been hospitalized twice. It's been a lot. The numbers on the EOBs I've been receiving are quite scary, and I no longer look at them. I just throw them in the trash. If I don't have to pay for them, then I don't really want to worry about it. Also, just seeing specialists and going to the hospital or going to my primary care physician in general is expensive. It's ridiculous. But once again, my insurance has covered my butt. So thank you, TRICARE. And let me just go on a little rant right here. Honestly, military medicine sucks so bad. Like, that's why I try to go out. I'm sorry. If you're military medicine, I'm sorry. It's not your fault. But it's the system. Everything government related is just a little bit harder than it needs to be. And all of the stress caused by all of this causes all the symptoms to be worse. Not cool. Not cool at all. Okay, and number 10, you become hyper-fixated on every little thing. Is this related to it? Is this making it worse? Is this doing this? It's just like every little thing in the world could possibly be related or causing your illness to be worse because there are so many possibilities. You don't know what to focus on, and then you try to focus on everything, and then it just becomes very overwhelming and you find yourself in a pit of research. It's just not healthy. It's not healthy. And I got to a point where I finally had to say, okay, just stop. I stopped researching, stopped pushing things on doctors, and I decided to just take it one step at a time and learn as I go and take the information that the tests that I was having done and apply my knowledge from all the research and just take it step by step. I did eventually realize that diet is probably the biggest factor in my case. If you know me, you know that diet and nutrition is kind of my thing. So I didn't find that very hard because I'm very in tune with my body. And I had tried many diets, like fad diets, not in the sense of a normal person probably would, but I was just trying to gather what kind of foods my body was having certain responses to. I feel like I can officially say that I have tried almost everything. I have researched pretty much everything. I know a little bit about pretty much everything. I have experienced pretty much everything at this point. I just wanted to share all this because I know that I'm not alone. I do want to say that the biggest thing that I have learned throughout this entire process, even though the process isn't over yet, is to listen to my body. My body is going to tell me what is best. I have to learn when to listen to my brain, my heart, and my stomach, because there's a different time to listen to each one of those. Just being honest with yourself is probably the hardest part in healing. It really is. You have to decide whether it's your brain or your heart or your stomach you need the most in the moment. Think about how that particular moment is going to affect you long term and in your healing journey. There is no one diet or one lifestyle that fits all. We're all unique. Stop trying to follow these fad diets to fix your problems. Or these fad workouts. Fad workouts, is that even a thing? Like Beachbody. Let's call that a fad workout. Yeah, I could go on a whole rant. But what I'm trying to say is all of your problems are unique to you, and the fix is going to be unique to you. So you really need to talk to somebody who is knowledgeable in the case and gather as much insight as you can about your own body. Talk to other people who have gone through it. So sorry, I think my stomach acid just has to say hey in every video. One of my issues. What was I saying? Biggest take is you've got to pay attention to your body and listen to it. I have learned for myself that what my body needs is what it needs is hard. I've decided to follow more of a paleo type diet with exceptions because I know there are things that I enjoy that don't fit the paleo diet but fit me. Like my body is able to tolerate it, such as peanut butter powder. But I also understand that my body doesn't do well digesting fats. If you know anything about paleo, you're able to eat like nuts and things, and it doesn't do fats and carbs. My body just does not do well. But it's carbs such as like grains mostly. No, there are a lot of fruits and things too. I'm also having to follow a low FODMAP diet, which I've tried to stray away from, and I've just learned that that's not the answer. Like I am very sensitive to FODMAPs, and I have tried to tell myself that I'm not, and I am. Same thing with dairy. I have tried so hard to tell myself that I made it up, and I didn't make it up. I can't do it. I can't do it. There's no fix for dairy for me, unfortunately. I'm calling the diet that I am starting the me diet. I'm avoiding processed foods. I am mostly eating meat and certain fruits that I know that I can tolerate. So right now my diet is mainly consisting of chicken, beef, fish, eggs, dragon fruit, papaya, parsnips, and carrots. That is what makes me feel good. So that's what I'm sticking to. I tried to eat kale the other day and I regretted that. Oh, and peanut butter powder. Like I said, I know I can tolerate peanut butter powder. Okay, so that's my treat. But also when it comes to like living a happy lifestyle, for instance, my husband has been gone for a couple of months and he is coming back in a couple of days. And we want to be able to do things like maybe drink a glass of wine. So I'm going to try, knowing that my body seems to almost reject wine. And I've been telling myself maybe it's the sugars, but I'm going to try an organic wine, like with no sulfites added, and see if that helps. It's just these little things that you have to do to maybe alter your current diet that could possibly keep you living a happy lifestyle, but also not causing these unhealthy and very uncomfortable reactions. So hopefully that works for me. Maybe it's something you want to try as well, but just little changes can make the biggest difference. And you don't have to go crazy and like think that the world is ending because you can't have processed foods anymore. You can most likely make your own version of those foods at home, and they're so much better for you. And that's something I'm really passionate about, is making these foods that I would typically buy from the store at home. I just want to let you know that if you're going through anything similar, you are not alone. I am praying for you. I want you to feel better. I want you to gain confidence. I want you to take your life back. But know that you have to take ownership. You have to be disciplined. You have to be honest, but you've got this. And please know that you can always reach out to me. I don't care what the situation is, what you're dealing with. You're not alone. I am here for you if nobody else is, because things can be hard to talk about and relate to others. And maybe you want to send this video to someone that you think needs to understand what you're going through a little bit better. I know that I could probably use this video for myself. Like I said in the beginning, it's hard to talk about these things and be honest about them. Once again, I just want you to know that you are not alone. You are loved, and God has a plan for you. See you soon. Bye.
Living life every day.